I would say that the best content comes in conversation and ideally in movement as well, if you're able. Like I find that if I'm at my desk for too long, ideas dry up, thought processes slow down. I get into kind of a consuming state rather than a creative state. When I go for a walk, especially if I'm walking with someone and we're talking, it can be a much more powerful way to generate ideas. So consider scheduling in what I'll call a content walk, whether that's weekly, fortnightly, once a month, you and a teammate, or just on your own. And you just ask yourself the question, what do our audience want to hear from us? What's current at the moment? What have we got that's newsworthy that's coming up? Just open-ended questions and see what comes out of that conversation. I personally capture notes on my phone. You can use a notepad, whatever, it doesn't matter. Rough ideas are fine. The more the better. Just churn them out. They don't have to be fully thought through. They can be very rough. The desk work comes in where you go back to the content creation framework and you start thinking about how this content fits into the topics and the content types within your organization. Where does it fit? Can we find some statistics to back it up? Can we create a video for this? Yeah, this is where you start to add a bit more meat on the bone, so to speak. And then I would suggest using a system like Buffer, which I believe is free. You can connect your social accounts to it. And there is a paid version as well, but you can create content within there and schedule it onto a calendar. And essentially, this workflow is what it looks like. So you capture the ideas in very raw, basic form in a Notes app or on a notepad. You then move into the content creation framework where you just flesh this stuff out, make it a bit more real. You can then go into Buffer as just an example. There are other apps that do this, where there's a little mini workflow in there, so you can drop the ideas in, maybe assign it to a teammate to write, a little bit more comprehensively. There's also the generate ideas thing in there, which uses AI, and you'll find this in a lot of apps these days. AI wants to basically take over what you're doing. I always recommend that you master the process yourself first. Get into the air of being someone who creates content, who can do this without relying on AI to do it for you. Because, yeah, you don't want to put the cart before the horse. Once you produce that content, you can then schedule it to publish on various different networks, and you see a nice calendar layout of everything that's going out and when it's going out. And you also get some basic statistics from this as well.